I don't know whether you've been there. It's known as one of the three sacred mountains in Tibet. You can come and work for Xiaomi and work as a sample photographer. And do you like it? Isn't it stunning? Look at the beautiful mirror-like lake and the surface, and you can see the cloud and mountains at a distance is spectacular. Another new challenge. Aquatic birds came, and you have to just capture that moment. What birds are they? Well, they told us it was waterfall, aquatic birds. Huh, what a good answer. But I really don't know what birds they are. But you see how beautiful it is there. And here they used to make Mi Mix 2S for the time-lapse photo. You see the clouds and the change of the shadow of the mountain, the water, and the depth of the mountains, and that really demonstrates these stunning photos that you can take with Mix 2S. And perhaps you're going to challenge me now and say professional photographers can take good photos even with the worst cameras. Well, I think you probably are over-glorifying photographers, even though they do take much better photos than us. So in the end, I said, let's just have a random person take a photo with Mi Mix 2S, like me. So a few days ago, we came to Shanghai, and we took a few photos of the night in Shanghai. I already posted some on my Weibo, and they already look really gorgeous. And I have some more to show you here. Look at the bunk at a distance. And this is the photo that every one of you can take if you have a Mi Mix 2S. It's not that hard. Thank you. But I didn't take this one. I can't take credit for that. It's taken by a colleague of mine. And the Oriental Pearl Tower. And now I know why I came here. I came to Shanghai because of the Pearl Tower. And me home at the foot of the Pearl Tower. So an advertisement for us. And if this is your first time to Shanghai, please pay a visit to the Mi Home store. It's right next to the Oriental Pearl Tower, and this photo was taken last night. The Mi Home at the foot of the Oriental Pearl Tower. Look how crisp the photo is. So we have really awesome hardware. And what makes it powerful or more powerful is the AI, artificial intelligence. Well, AI had major breakthroughs last year, and it also revolutionized smartphones. And in the past 1 year or so, AI has become the buzzword for smartphones. So now we first equipped AI onto the cameras. You can see what we have done with our cameras with the help of artificial intelligence. First, more dreamlike background blur. So the blurred background looks even better than the LSR. So now what you see is a background blur by standard DSLR, but this one is a background blur by us. And you see the bokeh in the background can change in size and shape. They can be heart-shaped. So you can have bouquets like this and even cooler bouquets. Kind of like the orbit. And we call it the AI dreamlike background blur. And so to the picture or as a GIF or video and post that on WeChat moment, and it's gonna look really cool. So it's for your WeChat moment. And another one is the AI scene detection camera. We can detect 206 scenes and optimize it with artificial intelligence. So when we talk to our AI team, I asked them what succulent plant means. Have you heard about succulent plants? I've never heard about it. And they said, really? And so now, this is succulent plant. And they told me that it's very popular, especially among girls. And that is our goal now, to attract more female users. So we took a photo of the succulent plant. This is taken by a standard phone, but when we have AI enabled, it's going to detect this succulent plant, and then we see the contrast and the saturation were optimized. And look, the color looks fuller and more lifelike. And so comparison, the left is the standard mode, and the right one is with AI enabled. And see how much better the quality of the picture seems. And when it's cloudy, well, it can be a great weather, but somehow the pictures don't look as great. So what to do? Well, when the weather is cloudy and contrast, the AI can adjust the saturation and contrast, and look how much clearer you look now. Left is the standard mode, and right is the AI mode. It's too cloudy. The sky looks just more crystal clear. And another fun function, which is the AI single camera background blur. Well, the dual camera is known for the background blur and optical zoom, and for the single camera, well, for the dual cameras, they are known mostly for background blur, but now with artificial intelligence, we can have background blur even with just one camera. So we studied over 100,000 of selfies, and then we established an AI model and algorithms, and then we started to blur the background of photos taken with single camera. So the selfies were taken with one camera. So we first identify the subject and isolate it, then blur the background, and I see how beautiful it is. So that is what we can do with the front camera of Mi Mix 2S.
And for businessmen, we have done a lot of optimization. Business people often attend conferences and meetings where they need to take a picture of the PowerPoint slides on the screen. Because when they take a picture and after they zoom in, they found that the picture is not very clear. First of all, of course, we have it 2 times the optical zoom, which help them to zoom in much better. But if you think that it's not clear enough, because usually it happens when you want to zoom more further into it, then it gets blurred. But now our AI technology recognizes that it is text, so we will have ultra resolution smart recognition and synthesis technology, which can help to shape the wordings and show the wordings more crisp and clear. So this is a hyper and ultra resolution synthesizing technology. Later on, we can even have a PowerPoint album based on time and venue, which is of great help for the business people. And the second option is very useful to me. Of course, people who speaks English can still find it useful, because especially when you go to overseas, the menu sometimes can be unrecognizable. We don't know what they are saying. So when the camera recognizes it is manual, it will have instant translation for you. I've taken a look how they say dumpley, because I had an extremely expensive dumplings in Switzerland. And also, when you click it again, they will have instant currency conversion for you. So we support all kinds of currencies: US dollars, Japanese yen, Korean won, euros, everything is converted. So it's a really powerful function. So I think the AI technology can do a lot of things in camera. So when the camera is enhanced by AI, the technology advancement is by leaps and bounds. We believe in the near future it can be further improved again. So I'd like to ask you, how do you feel about this camera? I asked a question on Weibo. How do you judge the performance of camera? Of course, it is really difficult to do that because there are a lot of objective criteria, but it is all about subjective feeling. So actually, the classic answer is get yourself a Mi Mix 2S, then you will know. Well, after we launch, we really want to find a tool that can help you to run a score for camera. Whether it can represent all kinds of subjective feelings, we don't care. At least it can provide some reference. It's been my dream over the years. Because we always say that, let's run a score if you challenge us. But actually, after so many years of doing photography, developing for cameras, we didn't find a very good criteria or standard. And most of the criteria are really subjective. After a long time of searching, we found DxO Mark, which is a relatively authoritative third-party benchmarking. Actually, it was the world's most rigorous camera test for DSLR. So you can see that all the major brands have used DxO Mark for their rating and scoring. We participated last year using Xiaomi Note 3, and we came back feeling more confident because DxO Mark gave a 94 mark score for Xiaomi Note 3. People didn't know about it because it was launched last September. It was ranked #1 in the world, together with another brand. But the technology further improved over the last half of year. So how do we fare this year for Mi Mix 2S? Because it came with the Snapdragon 845. The time was really precious. We didn't have enough time for the tuning, so I was really worried that maybe DxO Mark's scoring wouldn't reflect the of Mi Mix 2S camera, because we are still continue to optimize its performance. However, to put it truthfully, the score was given in the morning to me really exceeded my expectation. I believe DxO Mark has already published the result on the official website. Do you know how much we did? Exceeded 100 mark. DxO Mark gave Mi Mix 2S 101 score. And actually, they've already given their evaluation to us. They said it will be released at 2 p.m. And it will give us some of the key wordings on the report. It said that it is the pearl of China, or a pearl in the East. Mi Mix 2S have scored remarkable 110 marks in photo technique, and it is as good as iPhone 10. And we have Mi 2X have taken one of the most smooth pictures we have ever seen, especially on the low light condition. This is the keywords and remark from DOX Mark. So now you should believe my word. You should take my word for it, right? So the same score means that we outperform them in some areas, and they outperform us in some areas. Because we need to rush for the launch of Snapdragon 845, we only did half of our tuning optimization process. The score reflects the capability of camera and also the AI technology. We'll continue to fine-tune it. So I think 101 marks only represents part of its potential, but it already achieved the world-leading supremacy, which is really a historical moment for Mi phone development. So let's take a full look on what's good about the cameras. We had dual pixel AI dual camera with optical zoom and optical imaging stabilization. We have massive 1.4 micron pixels, and we have further enhanced it with AI technology. And also, we have achieved over 100 mark in the DxO Mark mobile rating. So I believe the camera department of Mi phone can finally relax, because they have been challenged all along on an internet, and now they have excelled. So we have both seen our own comment and also the evaluation from a professional institution. Of course, the ultimate assessment will be done by all of you. So today, I'm really eager to know the evaluation by all of you. So I really hope that we can also receive 101 marks from our dear customers and fans. So what about our performance? Of course, we house Snapdragon 845. It is the first phone in China which houses Snapdragon 845. It's the debut of this chipset in China. And to give us a score of 277,178 marks, which outshines all other brands. Okay, so don't talk about other brands. Let's compare internally. Let's let's do a comparison of Mi MX2S with Mi Note 3. You can see that Note 3 only scored 138,000, and Note 6 is 207. And you can see that actually Mi MX2S is twice or even triple as high as Mi Note 3. But the price is only 2.5 to 3.5. I saw the supply chain manager sitting on the stage, sitting in a seat. I couldn't tell the exact figure because we have a contract. People often say that why flagship phones are so expensive. Oh my God, what the hell? Every 1% of improvement will have you fork out 100% costing addition. But sometimes, for example, I think the Redmi Note 5 is the phone of 1,000 RMB has already done a very good job. But to further improve upon it, we have to spend an extra 200, even 300% more of effort. So our hard work is beyond your imagination. And you can see it's a performance beast, which trashed all other brands. Of course, later on, other brands may trash us again, but we wait and see. So we have up to 2.8 gigahertz of the main clock, and we can see that the main graphic process performance will increase by 30%, and also power consumption was low by 30%. And Snapdragon 845 came with an AI engine, which has a performance increase by 3 times. You can see this is a image recognition test. Mi Mix 2S can recognize 27.3 images per second. Nowadays, AI is incorporated in the CPU. It's a SoC, right? But of course, you don't really, because the processor is SoC, AIE, it causes AIE, CPU, and GPU. So it's not very precise to say just to take it as just as a CPU. Well, this is a snapshot of all the advantages of Snapdragon 845. I won't elaborate further, but definitely it is the ultimate processor in the market. People say, can we play around no battleground? Well, let's just take a look at the Arena of Valor. We had collaborated with Tencent, and we did some optimization. Let's later do a comparison with iPhone 10. I think people with iPhone 10 may cry again. Let's look at the video.
Well, if you want to play the Glory of the Valor, you really need a Mi Mix 2S. And let's look at the temperature of the phones. And when Mi Mix 2S is about 37.9 degrees, iPhone 10 is 43.3%, and we have 54% battery left. iPhone 10 have 41 left only, so we consume less battery, and the performance is much better, and the temperature is also lower. We often thought that better performance means more power consumption and more heat, but we really worked very hard on that in the past few years. So with such an awesome processor, so what about the RAM and ROM? Let's look at other brands in industry. So iPhone 10 and Samsung, ours is 8 gigabytes plus 256 gigabytes, and it's definitely the top specs in the industry, 8 plus 256. Top configuration. So Mi Mix 2S has the best hardware, but what about the user experience? The first one I want to talk about now is voice assistant. And we already have launched voice assistant about 5 years ago. We haven't really heard much feedback from the consumers, but now we replaced voice assistant with Xiaomi. And after we made that change on the beta version, we got a lot more feedback. And so what are our advantages? Well, last year we launched the Mi AI loudspeaker, And more than 10 million people used the voice assistant on the loudspeaker, and with that our system continuously improved. And so the first function it supports is waking the screen. Just say 小爱. Yes. Now your screen is awake. And we have a video clip here to show you what Xiaomi can do on your phone. Xiaomi, Xiaomi, Xiaomi. Yes. Music. What time is it? 6:45. Wake me up in 10 minutes. And is address okay for Shanghai tomorrow? And what car place restrict on the road? Clean the floor. Open WeChat. 小爱 selfie, selfie, selfie. Post photos on WeChat moments and write I'm married. WeChat 佳佳, that'll be there in 30 minutes. I want to check out comedies by Liu Haoran this year. Xiaomi, translate the menu, please. How much tip money is 12% of $87 in RMB? No doubt that the lunch cost 158 yuan. How to say Champs-Élysées in French? 67 plus 89 plus 843 years. The answer is 899. Well, 210 by 16 plus 2011 by 816 plus 2018 by 327 plus the root of 1,999. The answer is 2.39336671 million. Look for photos taken in Shanghai last October. I want to listen to Chris Roy. How does a dolphin squeal? GPS to Xiaomi. Xiaomi air purifier remind me to take mass at 8. Send 88.88 yuan red packet to Cindy. Shall I switch to no disturb mode? Lights off. Good night. Good night. Lights on. Lights off. Lights off. Lights off. Lights on. If you cannot sleep, Xiaomi can count sheep for you. Really cute Xiaomi, right? So now we have a Xiaomi powered smartphone, and the smartphone is even cuter. So I just give you a lot of case examples. Well, looking for a specific photo can be a headache. Well, what if I want to find a photo that was taken last October in Shanghai? Usually takes a lot of efforts, but with Xiaomi, it's much simpler. Xiaomi, yes. Look for photos taken in Shanghai last October. Done. So Xiaomi is a much better executor than us sometimes, but I'm not going to further elaborate on that. So Xiaomi can simplify a lot of tasks for us just by calling out Xiaomi. It's much better. So Siri versus Xiaomi. Sorry, this is the third time we have a comparison with the iPhone 10. So a video clip, please. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a business trip to Shenyang. What should I wear? Didn't find any results about what to wear in Shenyang tomorrow. Xiaomi, yes. What should I wear for my business trip to Shenyang tomorrow? The temperature in Shenyang tomorrow is -6 to 5 degrees Celsius. It's pretty cold, so please put on more layers. Hey Siri, I'd like to see the baby photos taken in Hunan last Saturday. Didn't find any results about photos taken in Hunan last Saturday. Xiaomi, I'd like to see the baby photos taken in Hunan last Saturday. Done. Hey Siri, please WeChat jumping a 66 RMB red envelope and say happy birthday. You want to send a WeChat message to jumping saying that I want to send a red packet of 66 RMB. Cancel. Okay. Cancelled. Xiaomi, please send a red packet on WeChat to jumping. A racket of 66 RMB, a red envelope, and say that best friends stay together forever. Confirm the amount. Confirmed. Enter the passcode for payment, please. So again, we crashed iPhone 10, and I guess the Chinese localization of Siri has its flaws. Siri actually is one of the best and most successful voice assistants in the world. But after the major breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, now in China, especially on Chinese language voice assistant, we have gone very far. And if you use Mi Mix 2S, you have to try Xiaomi. So apart from a voice assistant, we now support multi-function NFC on all our flagship smartphones, and we are very attentive to details. We are compatible with bank cards, transport cards, and now key cards. And because now, we need key cards to apartments, to offices, to our cars, and now with just your phone, you can unlock your apartment doors and your garage. And I think it would be pretty cool to see people using smartphones to unlock your cars and office doors. And in the future, you don't need to bring so many cars, just a phone. Very, very practical function. And we also have AR enabled, and we have strategic partnership with Google, and we have AR core technology in the phone. And games enabled by AR core are very cool. And now there are a lot of games that support AR core, for example, the machines. I asked my colleague to prepare a demo for you, so you see how far we can go with AR games on our phone. So now, my colleague is right next to me, and he's doing a demo on the table, an AR game, and you see the table is empty, but very soon the table is going to be full with robots. And now the robots are going to start to battle against each other on the table. So you see VR is a perfect mixture of the reality and VR. Isn't this cool? I heard that after you get a Mi Mix 2S, you have to wait a month for the AR software to be upgraded. Oh, I need a sound effects, please. Wow, see a battle on your table. I really hope that our colleagues in the gaming industry can develop more AR-enabled games, because the smartphones are so powerful now. So they can definitely handle cooler and heavier games. Isn't this cool? Yes. And wireless charging. So now Mix 2S supports wireless charging on all fronts. We use the QI wireless charging protocol, 7.5 watt quick charge, and fully charged in 2 hours and 40 minutes. Well, it's slower compared to cable, but we don't need a cable with QC charge, the quick charge. It's very convenient, and we use 7.5 watt, so much faster than Samsung 8, than Samsung and iPhone 8 Plus. So put it on it, D, it starts to charge. Well, there isn't really a D sound. I added that. And it feels just so smooth when you're working on your desk and or when you're working at home and just to have this little tray on your table and you put your phone on the tray, your phone will start to charge. You don't need to plug in or plug out. You just put it on the small round tray and it starts to charge. See how convenient it is. And it has another merit. If you have this wireless charging desk or charging station, you have more friends because they are probably going to charge their phones on your little charging station. And then you can now show your contempt to iPhone users because now they use your charging station to charge their iPhones. So I asked on the internet, is this cool? A lot of people said, oh, it's quite useless. And so I was like, why? Why do they think it's a useless and unnecessary function? Well, and there was a
It comes to Chinese smartphone